Hi, my friends. Rev Kathy here, and we are on lesson 10 today. So how did you do with yesterday's lesson? In my conversation with hubby this morning, we were talking about how doing these lessons, especially when we do the practice, it kind of brings up some stuff and that's the purpose, is for it to bring our thoughts, our beliefs into our awareness so that we can decide differently, so we can observe what are our real thoughts. And in these lessons and in the course, it talks about real thoughts versus unreal thoughts, or meaningless versus meaningful. And our real thoughts can be thought of as those thoughts that are loving, that come from Holy Spirit, that come from the source of love within us. And the unreal thoughts are the illusory thoughts, and those are the thoughts of the ego. And an example that I read from Ken Wapnick was, so our unreal thoughts may be attack thoughts, like somebody is attacking us or offending us, and with what they're saying or what they're doing. And the loving thought, or the real thought, is that's a call for love. And that's a call for love within them and also with me, that we share that call for love. With that, lesson 10 says, my thoughts do not mean anything. This idea applies to all the thoughts of which you are aware or become aware in the practice periods. The reason the idea is applicable to all of them is that they are not real thoughts. We have made this distinction before and will do so again. You have no basis for comparison as yet. When you do, you will have no doubt that what you once believed were your thoughts did not mean anything. This is the second time we've used this kind of idea, and the form is only slightly different. This time the idea is introduced with my thoughts instead of these thoughts, and no link is made overtly with the things around you. The emphasis is now on the lack of reality of what you think you think. This aspect of the correction process began with the idea that the thoughts of which you are aware are meaningless, outside rather than within. And then stress their past rather than their present status. So my thoughts are based on the past, and what I thought was true, my thoughts are based on past thoughts. My past thoughts I can consider, are they necessarily based in truth? And are they true now in the eternal present reality with a capital R? Now we are emphasizing that the presence of these thoughts means that you are not thinking. That's a little mind-blowing. But we don't need to understand, just kind of consider it. This is merely another way of repeating our earlier statement that your mind is really a blank. To recognize this is to recognize nothingness when you think you see it. As such, it is the prerequisite for vision. And vision is that the vision, the knowledge of the love within. That's true vision of our oneness. So it invites us to close your eyes for these exercises and introduce them by repeating the idea for today quite slowly to yourself. My thoughts do not mean anything. And then add, This idea will help to release me from all that I now believe. This idea will help to release me from all that I now believe. Because if what I'm believing is limiting me, is preventing me from experiencing the love within and expressing and extending the love within, being aware of love's presence, then I want to release that. The exercises consist, as before, in searching your mind for the thoughts that are available to you without selection or judgment. Try to avoid classification of any kind. In fact, if you find it helpful to do so, you might imagine that you're watching an oddly assorted procession going by, which has little, if any, personal meaning to you. As each one crosses your mind, say, "My thought about blank does not mean anything. My thought about blank does not mean anything." And this is a really good way to practice that non-judgmental awareness. We're becoming aware. We're looking with Holy Spirit or with Jesus at our thoughts. We're just becoming aware of them. And when we're just observing them, like they're just a parade of thoughts going by, then it helps us to have less attachment to them and identify less with them. So today's thought can obviously serve for any thought that distresses you at any time. In addition, 5 practice periods are recommended, each involving no more than a minute or so of mind searching. It is not recommended that this time period be extended, and it should be reduced to half a minute or less if you experience discomfort. That is not the purpose of these exercises, for you to attack yourself or to suffer. It's actually it's a gradual process of coming out of the suffering, and it's meant to gradually, with ease, not without effort, but with ease, gradually undo the thought system that has taken hold of us and that runs us and runs our relationships. Remember, however, to repeat the idea slowly before applying it specifically, and also to add, "This idea will help to release me from all that I now believe." Wow. I feel inspired to just invite you, as you're doing these lessons, and especially as you're applying them to your relationships, to really be gentle and patient with yourself. And keep your goal in mind. Our goal in mind is peace, but it's not peace at any price. It's peace for everyone. Our goal is to return to the awareness of oneness, of how we're all in this together, and really that we're all doing the best that we can to love and be loved. And this is a way that we can each play our part in the awakening to the awareness of love's presence. And it's a process. It's a process. And things are going to get stirred up. And as they get stirred up, we now have the tools to address them and to heal. And to heal together. So that's it for today. This is Rev Kathy, and I look forward to our conversation tomorrow. If you have comments or you want to share your own insights, please do that and subscribe so that you get notice that, that I've posted another video. I love you. Have a fabulous day. Mwah.